Greetings, Taekwondo family. Welcome to Miami Minutes, the show that is nothing if not happy for Jim. I am one of your hosts, happy enthusiast John Parker.
And here, also happy for Jim, because it's just like he's the only person who matters in this particular scenario. It's me, Niall McGowan.
That's almost exactly a note I've got for later. I don't want to spoil it. I'm going to save it. God damn it.
The thing of this minute in particular, it's like, it's not it's not a minute of a lot of nuance. It's kind of very much covers all the same exact thing, really. Like,
yeah. It's a strange minute, this, listeners. I don't know if you're watching it along with us minute by minute. That would be insane. Apparently some people do on these shows. But
some people, like, I mean, again, there's that guy who did the Godfather minute who hadn't seen the film, was just literally watching the minute. No, I don't think he even listened to the minutes. I think he just listened to the show. And then afterwards was like, yeah, then I watched the film to see what it was actually like. I was like, it was so
I've done
weird.
that with some shows, but The Godfather's so long. No way. I've done it with, short movies, because it doesn't matter. It gives you a taste of the film then.
I don't know about like, unless you were just doing it for the experiment of it, because like otherwise it would just prove frustrating to me, because I'd just be like, I don't know who these people are you're talking about.
I found it worked with some, but this was back in the day when there were only about 5 or 6 Movies by Minutes podcasts. Or maybe 10. Yeah. So, I wanted to listen to them all originally. I was like, I'm going to listen to every single fucking one. Yeah. Now there's no way.
Back in the days when Crystal Beth had her very achievable goal of being on them all as well.
Yeah.
And then now she's just, no, that would never happen. You can't get her on any of them now, pretty much, but...
I think maybe that was a conscious decision to not to remove herself from the podcasting. Cause I know she is busy, but I think maybe it was like, well, I can't do what I've said I was going to do now.
yeah, well, totally. Because otherwise, you would just be like, oh, God, but they keep coming. They just keep on coming, and I'm going to be beholden to all of them.
But we are here today to talk about minute 72. The minute starts with the swiftest move to closure that humankind has ever witnessed. And it ends with driving for daddy.
Yeah.
That was a very obscure reference to a parody, a joke song called Driving for Dick. By Sophie Anderson, R.I.P. Sophie.
Well, not the other Sophie who died there like a year or two back. Wasn't there like a big sort of dance...
Oh, not that Sophie. No. But that was sad too.
Yeah, that one. That was weird. And she was like 30 or something, but she was just like reached for something on a balcony and fell off. And then, yep. And
is that what it was?
I'm pretty sure it was like, that was it. Yeah, I remember the time everyone was just like, wow, this is such a all deaths are tragic, but this is like a kind of stupid tragic death where it's like, yeah, she had the whole world ahead of her. That's
like the kind of death I'm going to have.
But that kind of thing of this like, the world was her oyster, and everything was finally taken off, and like even I knew who Sophie was. I was like, oh wow, yeah, she's got some like really weird. She's very, very distinct soundscapes and stuff she creates.
Yeah, like technically it was like dancey pop, but that's doing it a disservice. It's not though. It's like weird and arty and strange.
There's all this stuff you'd never quite what's it called? Like one of the big songs was like Shop Front or something, but it was like my face is the front of shop was one of the lines I remember. Yeah. But the video for that was incredible, and then just the sound of it was just like, yeah, I've never heard anything like this. And then you're like, wow, what's this lady gonna do next? Die apparently,
yeah.
Just reached for something on a balcony and fell off, and there you go, that was the end of her.
No, this Sophie, a porn star who then made comedy music. No. Which is great, but sadly she did pass too recently.
But this minute though doesn't. This is one of these weird time warping events where sometimes you get a minute that feels like, oh, well, that feels like it's like 5 minutes, and then this minute feels like it's about 20 seconds. Like it doesn't feel like a minute's worth of material happens in here because it's just sort of like. Yeah, no, it was really sad. And,
no, you've got to feel the drama. You've got to feel the emotion. You've got to be a human, not a robot.
If they couldn't do it on the day, John, I don't know what the hell you want to just...
Yeah, I mean, we might as well delve into that. So right off the bat, Jane finally addresses the issue at hand. We said she was going to, last week.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm actually just starting at second zero. Really surprised at the high-profile cameo in the background there of David Swimmer, as Ross Geller in those leather pants, is just hanging about in the background there. You see, it was his arm around Mark. Just some people might mistake him for Jack, but like I'm pretty sure that's David Swimmer.
Clearly,
that one.
Yes.
Yeah, that one episode of Friends where he's wearing the insanely tight black leather pants and the shirt.
That may be the best episode.
That is. It's one of the ones that really stands up. Anyway, at least it's a.
I would say go and watch it now if you're younger, but maybe it doesn't hold up. I don't know. I don't want to recommend it just in case.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things now are kind of coming with. I've noticed a change on the internet, wherein a lot of people who used to get very self-righteous about things not dating well, and et cetera, are kind of realizing like, oh yeah, if you do that with everything, you're gonna have nothing left to like actually enjoy. So there was a period there where people were like dead against Friends because it has aged terribly, to be fair. Yeah. And then now it's just like, but you just have to let it go because it's just like, yeah, well, it is in many ways fat phobic and homophobic and transphobic and all the kinds of phobics because it was about white cis heterosexual people in the 90s.
Yeah.
And that's what you get.
Despite pretending to be poor, seem to be doing all right, actually.
Oh yeah. That was always the thing. It has that whole thing of just, I guess, Monica just has that. The classic thing is now is like, oh, you have to always point out like, yeah, she inherited that apartment. That's why they're in pretty nice digs.
Yeah, but even so, I mean, the cost of running the place, and then like Phoebe, she's the one you think would live in like a tiny place. She's got an amazing house.
Yeah. Well,
that's probably dealt with in the plot. I don't remember.
They all hop from place to place that often, but like it was at least partially. But like Chandler's place was like, oh yeah, that seems realistic. Like.
Well, to be fair, he's the one with a decent job at the start.
He's the one with a decent job, and it's just like the apartment's like, yeah, it's a decent enough size, and it's he needs a roommate, and yeah, Although I think one of the recurring jokes is the fact that he always has to lend Joey money, so it's like I don't know if you could afford that place in New York and also be supporting someone else, like another full-grown adult. I don't think that would be possible. But,
that sounds nuts to me. I couldn't do that in London.
No. I couldn't do that here. For God's sake.
I could barely afford myself.
Yeah. God knows the Dragon Sound scenario of like their commune policies here of like, well, we saw it in practice though, where how the suit came together. It's just like, oh well, it's our wealth. So
that's true. It's a communist sort of society, or maybe there's other ways. If you can't pay the rent, it's cash, ass, or grass.
Yeah.
Mark will take any.
Yeah, I think it's oh no, we'll save that enough for later because I was just like it's towards the end. But yeah, I have to say though, it's almost as if like Mark is trying to force this into like just to become a wedding at will or something.
Yeah, actually, I've got it paused at second zero. It looks like they're doing their vows.
Oh, totally. So it's kind of like now you two do that, and then it's like he's figured out the ultimate insurance scheme. Of like, okay, now so I was getting money for all these Orpans, but I get a bonus if one of them finds their father, and the two of them get married and form a new family. That's all gravy. That's all for me.
It's all a scam. He's been running for years.
It's like, all the benefits you guys can apply for if you're married, and then those benefits become our benefits. And they all trickle back to Mark.
Well, I do know someone here. This obviously might not apply in America, but I did know someone who adopted 3 kids, 3 Orpans.
And what's his name, Mark?
His name was Mark. Actually, you know what? I'm not joking. It might actually have been Mark.
Wow.
I worked with him. I can't remember. He wasn't Asian, but yeah, I'm sure it cost a lot of money. But when he told you about the kind of freebies that you get as well, it's like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing here.
Yeah, I think that there are. I've seen frequent posters for like fostering children and stuff, and a lot of it is just like, well, the government are paying you to do it. Like, it's not just like going like, hey, take these kids out of the goodness of your heart. It's like, no, it's beneficial to you as well. We will make sure that they are kept well. So therefore, we will be giving you money for it.
They give you cash. I don't know how much it is, but the more kids you have, the more cash you get.
Yeah. The times because I'm in the weird position of like I do like kids, but I don't know like if I could foster kids. I'd be like, well. How old are we talking here? But then that's always the heartbreaking thing. So I'm just like, oh, I'd like a cute little kid, And then there's probably some poor kids in the foster system who just, because everybody's like that, and they're like, I don't want some old kid.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, obviously a bit different, but it's the same with pets. You know, like I got my cat when she was 6. Nobody wants a 6-year-old cat, which isn't even old.
Yeah.
Because they all want a little baby because it's cute. Oh, I want a kitten. Blah, blah. It's the same with kids, probably. It's like, oh, I want a little baby because then I get to shape it like it's mine.
Yeah. And then, like an older kid, like a 11 or 12-year-old, movies and TV have taught us that like that kid's gonna be surly, and will run away frequently and will be some kind of juvenile delinquent for several months until you have an emotional epiphany, and then finally you break them in. And it's like a lot of people are like, nah, I'd rather just have like a little kid. It's all that just it's already, it's not been pre-battered yet. It's not been like I say pre-battered and like like cake batter. Like,
well, plus then when it's a little kid, that you can start the taekwondo right away.
Well, yeah, this might be. Oh, maybe that's another thing. Mark is just like, yeah. So once you get married, you're gonna conjugate, and that's a new several children for me to mold.
It's the next generation.
So I'm looking at these guys here, and they're not quite cutting it, but
Dragon Sound, the next generation, or Miami Connection, the next generation. That could be the sequel.
Miami, the next connection.
Oh,
that connection amazing. Being an umbilical cord, I guess.
Holy shit! Right, that's the title of our follow-up book. We've got it. And we know what the basic plot is. It's about the kids.
But then it turns out like there'll be it'll turn into a full-on Uncle Owen scenario. Then it's like, he's got too much of his uncle in him. That's what I'm afraid of. Not really realizing who his uncle is.
That'd be amazing. Or like their kid, he starts turning towards the dark side. It's like Kylo Ren with Vader, He's got something of Jeff's that he keeps and he talks to in his bedroom. Oh,
it's got to be the feather earring, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And everyone's just like, "Oh, how'd you get that?" It's just like, I don't know. Just every day, like Mark and John and then Jane come in insisting that he shaves. Like from the day he was born, they make sure to shave his face like at least 3 times a day.
Oh, but he slowly starts turning into Jeff. He starts cutting his sleeves off his his jackets, and he starts wearing military kind of gear. You're like, oh no!
Just like, are you cold? Why are you wearing gloves with your t-shirt? I think it kind of looks cool. No, it doesn't.
Quit jiving me, turkey. But Jane here, she says that she's had a lot of thinking to do.
Yeah.
She's been hurting inside. And my first thought was, no fucking shit. Your brother just had a lot of thinking to do. She's talking about it like, she's trying to decide if she should renovate the bathroom.
No, that's true. Again, we're at a disadvantage here because we don't know how long it's been.
I still maintain it's been like less than a week.
Yeah, so then it's just like, well, where did she go? To who did she go? And then what's Yoshido's timeline? Because like he was just minding his own business, and all of a sudden Jeff Jr. showed up to be like, oh, by the way, hey, Dragon-san killed your buddy, and then they went into action. So it seems as if it was literally the next day. And now we've got Jane, who's been away for a while, apparently. Again, as we pointed out last week, Angelo fully recovered. Like, didn't even give him a seat. He was the one having to squat in the goddamn lawn.
That's a good clue, actually. He's completely fine.
I think, actually, I don't blame Jane for that, because it's like, oh, yeah, she's the one who lost her brother. Jack was in a chair. Jack was sat there. You went to the guy's rescue. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to sit down now. Oh, you can squat, Angelo. It's as if you've had, like, your spine bruised by all the kickings you were getting there for a couple of days.
Hey, it'll do him good. It's rebuilding his core.
It's like all those things that looked like bruises, in fact, just came off in the shower. It was just dust.
Now, she says the words. She says it. I love you. Oh, I had a tear in my eye.
Well, is this the first declaration of love between Jane and John?
I think it is, because we would have talked about it by now. I would have had a big spiel about how moving it was, and you'd make fun of me.
Well, we can do that now then instead. What? What the hell are you talking about?
I genuinely find it really nice. It's great.
I'm just kind of like shocked though, like it paints Jane in almost a negative light to me, because it's just like, yeah, we know Jeff was a psycho and like, et cetera, but like he was never bad to her. And all we heard about him in regards to Jane was like, yeah, I put my life on hold to look after my little sister. Like, our parents died. I'm the only family she has left, and I went out of my way. And then the reason, like, as we theorized so many times, that he's such an asshole is because he's just like, I want a better life for you than to have to, like, skim by with this asshole musician and his weird orphanage friends.
Yeah, from the outside, it would look strange.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're getting ushered into this dragon cult. This guy is running. No, I don't like this at all. Plus, they fired Dexy's Midnight Runners to get these guys in. I mean, Jesus Christ, what kind of strings are they pulling? You can't fire Dexy. Like these. Yes. You can't get rid of the come online Eileen guys. You know, Jockey Wilson said, "Don't hire Dragon Sound." Is what he said. God damn it.
Also, like I would instantly assume this is a sex thing that Mark's got going on. Like, wouldn't you? From the outside, you'd be like, I don't like this.
It is all very much like, look, Jim's in the suit. And like, you two get back together, and aren't we all a great big happy family? Now let's go all into the house.
Oh, no, but despite everything that happens here, you know, despite what John says in a second, I still feel Jane deals with this whole thing very quickly, even if it's been a month.
Oh, totally.
Right? Totally. She says, I understand. Well, actually, first John, he apologizes. You know, he didn't want things to get that far. And then, well, actually, I don't think he's lying. Despite what you think, Niall, the death was clearly an accident. Come on. But, you know, she says to him, I understand. It's all over now. Like, wow, okay. I mean, you know, I'd have taken months and months, maybe years to get over this.
Oh, yeah, but 100%. You know, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, it really paints Jane quite badly. And that, like, yeah, it was your brother who was trying to look after you, as flawed a man as he was. And then just be like, yeah, I'm over that. Like, I guess maybe she's like, yeah, I've lost enough family members. Like, I told you about my parents, but like, we have 5 other brothers. Like I've watched them all die. So, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Jeff's gone now, too. Don't worry about it. Yeah, there was Jeff, Gordon, Gregory, Gim. It wasn't Jim. It was Gim. He called
he's very specific about the pronunciation there. A bit like GIF and GIF.
Yeah. In case people can't tell, I'm trying to add on to my ongoing Jeff's name but spelled with a G joke that I don't think anyone else who listens to the show remembers.
I was going to say I remember, but I fucking should.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was always very happy with that as a joke, that all these guys' names begin with J, and then for Jeff to come along and for it to begin with a G. I thought that was hilarious.
Well, I like it.
Yeah?
I like gimmicks, having a thing, you know, like the Ramones.
But yeah, no, it's in terms of if they're looking for drama at the end of this movie, which is what they were trying to do with the whole, yeah, Jim's gonna go and spoilers, you know, he might not make it to meet his dad.
What?
Well, you know, originally planned. Surely the real drama would be like, you know, it was all for nothing because you know they had everything happened with Jeff, and they had to kill John had to kill his, you know, girlfriend's brother. And that made her go, no, I'll never forgive you. I can never look at them. I can't be with the man who killed my only family.
Even though he was bad, you know.
Yeah. She's like, you know, I have to have some. And then maybe she could even have like a really like a harsh parting line of just like, well, you know, at least I had a family or something. Oh, do you think maybe that's why Mark's got everyone dressed up and like ready, because he's just like, Jane, you don't realize this is the happiest day of your life. Because you too are now an Orpan.
Oh, yeah, you can join properly now. She's an official member.
Yeah. That's why she's we're wearing the Dragon Sound colors. she's got that shade of red. And she's like, oh yeah, and then don't worry, we'll just prick your finger And you bleed out all over the shirt until it turns the Dragon Sound ready orange color.
Yes.
And then someone comes along and just writes Dragon Sound on, rips off your sleeves. And there you go. You are an official Dragon Sound or Pan.
It's the initiation. That's what it was all about. They're pretending that they accidentally killed him. It's like, no. It's actually secretly part of how we bring her into the fold.
I love the fact, too, that, like, Mark's behind her. And John's the one kind of taking, like, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, we had to do it and stuff. And it's just like, Mark behind going, like, it was down to one of us. And, it was pretty much me.
He wants to leave this to the boyfriend. And also maybe it scores him a few points in a way. Like, well, it was my fault because I'm so badass. But, I'm sorry about it. I can't help being a killer.
I think this might be part of his communal attitude, though. It was just like, John at the time was like, oh my God, you killed my girlfriend's brother. Like, we killed your girlfriend's brother. I think you'll find.
Maybe they do everything as a band. No matter, even if one of them goes and does something, it's like, no, we all take the credit or the blame. We are a unit.
Yeah, it's one of the thing is that always pays off in the end, though, because it's just like, yeah, we have to share everything, and like we have the communal shower scenario and things like that.
That's the best bit.
And like one of us kills someone, that means we all killed that person, so we all have to worry about the consequences.
Wait a minute, but I don't remember agreeing to that.
But if someone should require a suit, we all. Although maybe that was part of the thing that, like, when they were at that tailor, Mark might have been going to the guy. So is it possible to get a suit that would fit like 5 different men? Like at the same time? Like an adjustable suit? Yeah. It's just some fabric that, can just sort of be adjusted in any ways. Like, you just buy like one really big suit and then... Yeah, that'll be perfect. It's perfect. Yeah.
That's how David Byrne got his suit. It was for the whole band.
I wasn't surprised, yeah. Like, he had that giant suit that's like, oh no, they didn't make the neck hole big enough. It's supposed to be everybody was in the suit at the same time. Oh, damn it.
God, now I'm going to have to wear it. I'm going to look like an idiot.
Or everyone else had dropped out one by one and he just came out by himself. Like, no, look, it looks great, right? Come on, everybody loves this. Everyone thinks I look super cool.
It's the only way to improve the suit in this scene.
Yeah.
Is to make it that.
And this just earlier today, apparently A24, they've gone all in on Stop Making Sense as a concert movie because they re-released it and apparently did really, really well in cinemas and stuff.
Oh yeah, they have the rights to it now, don't they?
Yeah. I think it's just outright like been touring the world, and it's a worthwhile. Like I've seen it years ago in the cinema, like when just at a random screening and stuff, and it's like it really does get people up and going. But I've seen now apparently they've announced a cover album where they're getting in hot new bands to like.
Okay, I don't mind that concept. I always think that's kind of fun. Like some bands, I love Rancid. They had a cover album because just other bands who looked up to them made it, basically.
Yeah. I thought this one. Have they announced anyone else? Because just earlier today, they released Paramore doing "Burning Down the House."
Okay, I can imagine that.
The thing is, I was a little bit gutted because it's just like, yeah, that sure sounds like Burning Down. Like, it's just literally like borderline an identical backing track, and then just Hayley Williams singing. It's like,
oh no, see, I prefer it when if you're doing a cover, put your spin on it.
Oh yeah. Oh maybe actually, because I've seen that they seem to be the only person. The only band that was mentioned, but I think now maybe they have released a big list here. So I'm seeing Miley's name pop up and stuff.
Oh, Miley would be good. Yeah.
Let's see. So the National Lord, Toro Amoy, Kevin Abstract, the Linda Lindas, Miley Cyrus,
Linda Lindas,
Bad Not Good, Tizo Touchdown, Blonde Shell, and more.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't know what everyone's doing, but yeah, I'll keep my eyes on that with great interest. Yeah,
definitely. So. I'm a big fan of the Linda Lindas, so I will at least listen to that.
So you're going to get the because not like it's a great album and it's a great concert, but it's like obviously there's going to always be the worst song on there. So you just one to one. It's like, who's getting making flippy floppy?
You have to draw straws.
It's going to be down to someone who's just like, no, I'm happy that we got that. It's like, no, nobody wants to be the making flippy floppy people. Are right?
No, actually, I think you'll find that's my favourite one. And I think we can put a new interesting twist on it.
You wanted to do once in a lifetime, just like everybody else on that goddamn list did. Oh, there you go. Oh, if only Dragon Sound came together to do this.
Oh my god, that would be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of any like they would work. Dragon Sound doing making flippy floppy. I would even get excited for that. Quite frankly,
let's hit them up. They could do it these days.
No, totally.
I just thought of something as well. We've been chatting about Jeff. Serious family drama. Take a drink.
Of course, yeah. That's actually a thing, though. We might as well just hop around, because while we're talking music, at the end, when they're leaving, I was confused as to whether Angelo/Tom was saying, we'll have a big, like, welcome banner out for you.
Yeah.
Or... other times, I thought he said we'll have a big welcome song written for you, and I was wondering, like, is that what he, Jane, and Jack are about to do? It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna sit in the garden, we're gonna write a song for Jim's dad. That'll impress him, because
I believe it was a banner, but let me confirm while we're on the air. I will confirm.
It's them out there in the garden. Getting out the crepe paper and the super glue and stuff. It's like Dragon Sound, love daddy or something.
Love daddy,
love father. Full stop.
Here we go. So, I'm sorry for what happened. I felt so bad about that. Again, like he's done something like he scratched a car. You know, I'm
actually thinking now it'll be terrifying for Jim's father to come and to see a big banner saying Dragon Sound welcomes you. Like, who the hell are these guys?
Right, finally found your father. All right, blah blah. So I will confirm. He says neon welcome sign when you get back.
Oh, neon! Holy moly! So we got to go out to get the glass blowing on the go. Yeah. You're gonna have to get this is gonna take a while. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's gonna be like a 2-day trip to go get this guy.
That's fancy, yeah. Holy shit!
This is Paige and Joel Schumacher to come in here with the turn this place in. Although I'm hoping it's gonna be nighttime when he gets back too, because like neon looks pretty crap during the day. So it's like, no.
Yeah, it's the most disappointing thing ever, and you have to wait to turn it on. Like, it's gonna be great. Just hold on.
But then have to go out there and like, blow the glass and like, carve it into Dragon Sound. Welcome, father.
Welcome, daddy.
But then I was also thinking like it would be terrible if it was in fact a welcome song they were writing, and then it's just like Jane and Tom sitting down and like, okay, so let's get down to writing songs about family. So about how great family is. Like, oh god, oh no, okay,
no, can't do that.
It's like, I've been working on this one. It goes, nothing beats family except maybe gravity. Oh, no. We can't write that. No.
Could do it to the tune of We Are Family.
Jay, what's your favorite song about family? Mine is He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. Oh!
Unfortunately, he was too heavy.
Yeah. There's one about that brothers and...
She's not bothered. She's moved on now. She's moved on.
That
it's
was
okay.
yesterday.
She understands. And in fact, they have a nice smooch. And the thing that caught my eye was me and fucking names again. Jim looking on, nodding with approval while they kiss, but it goes on for too long.
Yeah.
He doesn't just give a little nod. It's like, this is getting a bit weird. But then you could blame them for the PDA.
Oh, totally. Oh, yeah. But, at their weird post-brother murder reunion, when it's also, today, the day of my Jim's father meeting. Like, you could have a little smooch there. Although this would have been one of the big scenarios that would have really riled Angelo, I would imagine. Because it's like, this is a full-on, like... lip lock lips on lock. Like, they are there for a while.
Well, I'll bring that part up from the commentary then. That's one of the two things I have. When they kiss, they talk about how they made sure to get Angelo out of the way.
I knew they did that.
They distracted him by getting him to go and do something else yet again.
Oh, because I knew they did that for the beach. And it's just like, they had to do it again. Oh, God damn it.
They did it again, and then they bring him back when they're done. And when they talk about it, YK Kim laughs his ass off, like it's the funniest prank ever.
It's great though. If it cuts in the shot though, and they're all suddenly eating hot dogs or something, he went to buy them or something like that. Everyone's standing with a new soda, like, "Hey Angelo, go get us a drink." Well, yeah. And he comes out and like, "Oh yeah."
Oh, the cooking of Angelo.
You can tell by how many takes it was by how many different things they have. Angelo, go make us dinner, will you? He comes out with a like massive Italian spread and stuff.
Oh, bless him. Yeah, I love the guy. And yeah, okay, it would be awkward maybe, but at the same time, you're all trying to be actors here. You've kind of got to just deal with this.
You gotta take it on the chin. I'm sure if he had to smooch any of those women on the beach, and he had to do stuff that was untoward anyway. Did Jane complain? I doubt she did.
That's a good point. He got a face full of boob.
Yeah, and that's a spell, double standards is what it is, John.
Oh, we've uncovered secret sexism in this movie. Ruined. Not doing it anymore.
They nominated Jim for an Oscar for this movie. Never nominated Jane. That's all anyone on the internet can talk about now. No. I'm not gonna get it bogged down in that discourse because it won't matter in like 2 months' time. But, although I will say though, this shot of Jim nodding in approval, is it just me? It also, maybe because it's a similar scene, it really reminded me of that really famous bit in Samurai Cop where he's smooching and it cuts to his partner who looks a bit like Jim and it's also wearing a kind of very similar suit as well.
Yeah.
And he does the ooh, like he does a proper like ooh, like shapes his mouth, looks directly into the camera and then looks back. I was borderline expecting Jim to do that because it's framed the exact same way.
Yeah,
and he just kind of looks like the guy too. So it's just like, oh man, what I would give for one if they did one take of Jim just doing that.
Oh, that would have been amazing. That would have been so good. It's so similar. You're right. Holy shit! Yeah. It does feel like they just filmed that. I'm like, we'll slot that in somewhere.
Yeah. Anyone listening who doesn't know what I'm talking about, I'm fairly certain if you just type in like Samurai Cop ooh gif, that'll be, or even Samurai Cop gif. It's probably
the first one. Yeah.
Because it's such a popular thing that was used for a long time. Like that used to be a standard reaction gif, was just ooh, the guy looking into the camera and stuff. Yeah.
People who haven't even seen the movie.
Oh, totally. It would be many people, I can imagine, got around to watching Samurai Cop years later, and then we're just like, oh, that's what that's from.
It's the GIF.
They're doing the DiCaprio finger clicking, pointing at the screen thing.
Yeah.
And then years from now, because I'm sure, I imagine most people old enough will know what that's from. But I'll get in 10 years' time. It could be like, kids watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for the first time. It's like, oh, that's what that's from. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I suppose they'll have grown up seeing it on social media, but not knowing the film. So, yeah.
That is, if it maintains its popularity for 10 years, I don't know if it will.
I'm willing to bet that it will. Let's put money on it, people. Everybody chip in a little bit. We're all going to bet. We're going to create odds and everything. We're going to get a gambling scheme going here on the
How much you got? I got like $60. How much you got? I got $200.
200.
We're all going down to the
all in, baby.
I'll be something like every Saturday. It's just like Mark's coming in like, I got a tip and a horse. How much money we all got? It's like, Mark, I don't really want to lose my money again. It's like, what are you talking about? It's all for one and more for me.
And it's a dead set. The guy I met at the bar told me so.
I want a horse like Sad Ken. I mean, come on.
Oh, God.
People might not recognize, but that's a reference to an episode of Bottom with Rick Mail and Nate Evanson, where they put they find out about a sure thing horse called Sad Ken that turns out to have like leprosy, like 3 legs and stuff, no tail, all this kind of stuff.
Oh, God. I was trying to think of a way of referencing that Danny DeVito movie we covered on Batminute, the gangster one.
Oh, Johnny Dangerously?
Yeah, because there's a whole bit with betting on horses, isn't that?
Oh, yeah, it's been so long since we did Johnny Dangerously.
I can't remember the horse names. Yeah.
Oh, my main memory of that film was just like the Weird Al score. And just that thing of like, yeah, Weird Al's is like, his actual original songs are better than the parodies. It's kind of a shame he doesn't get more recognition for them.
Oh, yeah, no, without a doubt. The song Albuquerque, love it. It's like 12 minutes long as well. It's great.
Yeah. The guy's
masterpiece.
Guy's a legit. He doesn't have to just copy people. He's actually a legitimately good musician. But...
Well, no, as we saw in his biopic, his were the originals.
Oh, of course. Yes. And,
it's one of the greatest biopics ever made.
It's a shame that Madonna went on and became a warlord down in the Southern American continent.
Holy shit. Now that needs a minute by minute to point out all the truths that are in the film.
Oh, yeah, man, it would be great. I would love someone to do weird minute by minute. Yeah.
Well, surely the people who did UHF.
I don't think they ever finished UHF, though.
Oh, did they not? Oh, come on. What was that? Yeah, I had another... Oh, yeah, I've skipped over a note. I like it when, just before they all sort of go off to the car, Jane says, it's okay, talking about our brother again. We're happy for Jim. Like, you know what? I was there thinking, oh, yeah, Jim is the focus, as he should be. All of our troubles melt away when we see Jim's face.
It's always a little condescending to Jim. Kind of like, well, now everyone's so happy for him. We can't have any drama on Jim's big day.
Everything's wrapped up in a neat little package.
No, seriously. Sorry if it sounds sarcastic. Do you think there was any manipulation on whoever arranged this meetup, the great reunion of Jane and John, for it to fall on the day of Jim's father's meeting? Because it's like, oh, you can't be mad at us. You can't come in here all guns blazing. We're all happy for Jim. You don't want to ruin poor Jim's big day. He's never met his father. He's been looking forward to meeting him for 2 days now. Come on, get over it.
Oh my God, it's so manipulative. Oh no, you've ruined it for me.
That's why Mark Stoll smiles.
It's like, you can't be mad at someone when it's their birthday and things like that.
This is what he's reading. Mark's a guy. He's reading, The Art of War and stuff like that. He's like, it's not all about fisticuffs. He's like, oh no, if I need to, I'll do whatever manipulation. I'll chess master my way through this. And he's like, oh yeah, there's no way she could be mad if it's Jim's big day.
That should be the big revelation later. And then, Jim breaks down crying. It's like, say it isn't so, Mark. Say it ain't so. No, it has been me all along.
It is. It's one of those things of the parents can't fight on the child's birthday. So it's just Jane begrudgingly being like, no, I'm over it. Yes, we're all happy for Jim.
Through gritted teeth. Yes, it's fine.
And it's later on when Jim's dad's there, just Jane and John in the corner smoking, and then all of a sudden you just hear clattering of pans, and then her going, I can't believe you killed my brother, you piece of shit.
Oh my God, it'd be so good.
And he's like, it wasn't me, it was Mark, for Christ's sake. And then Mark's just like, I keep telling you, it was all of us, all right? You're all as guilty as me. And if you
We're in this together.
That's his thing then, is just like, oh, you want to tell the police it was me? Well, why don't I tell them some of your little secrets?
Oh, see, he's a master of manipulation.
Yeah.
It's all a facade.
That's totally how the cults work as well. It's like, oh, he's been digging into the rest of Dragon's Den. He's got all the dirt on them. So
that's
if he needs to,
Scientology, isn't it? 101.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, if you dog me in, I got enough dirt to dog all of you in 10 times over. Yeah, that's why Mark comes in when you want to join Dragon's Den. You have to come into the kitchen table where he's got some tin cans with string attached to them. And then
you
just
have to hold on to him like that machine.
Yeah, just hold on to the cans. And I was like, well, why don't you tell me some ideas for songs? And then if you can't think of a thing off the top of your head, why don't you, come up with an idea for a song based on, say, secrets?
Oh. Wouldn't that be fun?
Ever killed anyone? Let's say secrets about your, off the top of my head, let's say your sexuality. Any secrets about your sexuality you wouldn't want other people to know?
Oh, you've cracked it wide open. Mark is the devil.
You know what? Speaks perfect American accent. This is all, the rest of it's all a ploy, man. The whole thing's a scam. Yeah.
Well,
he's actually got sleeves hidden inside the shirt. So when people come around, he can just whip out the sleeves as if nothing's going on.
They pop out like boom. No, you saying that about the accent reminds me, I only just found out Pat Morita didn't sound like Mr. Miyagi. I heard him speak on like an interview thing, and I was like, what?
I know, because I've definitely had the conversation with, and I know our friend Gary, I've definitely had it with him, because he was like kind of on the same boat I was, where, because like I remember him being interviewed for Happy Days, because he's in Happy Days. He's Arnold of Arnold. Or Arnold of Arnold, I should say.
So I've seen him and not realised it was him for most of my life then. Okay.
In that, though, he's doing like the thick accent. But, you know, in the interview, he was like, yes, it's me, Pat Morita. You're like, what the hell? But yeah, we're kind of going like, isn't this sort of like, I guess that he is Asian. But it kind of feels like he's doing like this is kind of racist.
No, he's allowed. He's allowed because he's doing a voice of like, I think he said like his dad. He's impersonating like his dad. I think you're allowed. Like I like the comedian Uncle Roger. Well, that's not his name. That's the character, Uncle Roger. And it's the same with that guy. Like he mostly has just like an American kind of sounding voice with like a twang, you know. Yeah. But when he's the character of Uncle Roger, it's super like Malaysian. It's like the most Malaysian voice you've ever heard in your life.
What was that guy? Was it Omad Jolly?
Yes.
And his whole thing is like he used to just come out on the stage doing a really big, thick, like Middle Eastern accent, and then like after a couple of minutes, he's like, "Yeah, I'm actually from Hackney." Yeah, like,
he's very English.
Yeah, but that was part of the shtick. Is like, yeah, I look like I'm from the Middle East, but actually I talk like this and stuff.
I like it. I think if it's your culture, and especially if it's your culture like directly, like your parents and things, it's fine. Yeah. Maybe if it's, I don't think you should do it if it's your culture like the way Americans say they're like Irish. Yeah. It's like your great grandfather. Like, maybe then you shouldn't be making jokes.
But then sometimes it is also a little like because you know the Mr. Miyagi accent is so like thick and stuff. It's kind of like that was the one that was teetering into like it almost feels like it'll be borderline offensive. But it actually, to be honest with you, I don't genuinely think it is. It's just like it's just a man of Asian descent. Doing an Asian accent based on Asian people that he knew. It's like, it's fair enough, man. It's fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. If someone else did it, there's a problem. And unfortunately, a lot of movies, not much before Karate Kid, would get a different person, someone who wasn't Asian.
I mean, that's the same year as Short Circuit.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, fuck.
Which is still like the day Fisher Stevens dies, the big thing everyone's going to be chatting about is like, so, remember how racist his Short Circuit was? And then everyone going, I didn't even know he wasn't Indian. What the hell are you talking about?
He was my favourite Indian actor growing up. He was. It was like one of my favourite films.
To be fair, at the time it was probably more like, well, he's like the only Indian actor that you knew growing up. Guess what? Not even Indian. Not even vaguely Indian at all.
At least it's a positive character. I'm not saying it's not racist, but at least it's, you like him. At least he's not evil or something. Yeah.
It must have been weird though, because back in like '84 or whatever it was, it's been like, yeah, okay, I need work, I'll do it, and then it's been massively successful, and then rolling around like 8 years later, been like, you gonna put on the makeup again and do the accents? It's just like, I don't know, guys, I'm going out with like Michelle Pfeiffer and stuff now. I feel like I'm like I feel like that might be wrong. It's like, no, get in the damn makeup, Stevens.
Well, they had all the dirt on him.
Yeah. It's like, you don't want Michelle Pfeiffer to find out about your dirty little secrets.
Oh.
Like what? Like I went and played a racial stereotype. I was wearing blackface doing a racial stereotype in an internationally successful film. How much more dirt do you want on me?
She didn't know. She didn't know it was the same person because she thought that was an Indian actor.
She's like, you keep saying you're in Short Circuit, honey, but were you like an extra or something?
It's safer to just say, yes, I was, yes.
He comes back and like from shooting Short Circuit 2, she's like, "What's the stain on your collar?" Like,
nothing.
Are you having an affair with a woman who wears brown lipstick? That's better. Yeah. Yes, that's what's happening. Yes.
We'll go with that. Yes, I'm having an affair.
So what are you gonna like? I go, honey, are you? I think we're going to an Indian takeaway tonight. Do you want to come? You know what? No, I'm not in the mood tonight. Actually, let's go Thai. Thai sounds good. Yeah.
Jesus. Now I want to rewatch Short Circuit because I love it.
Hey, why not? It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen Short Circuit. But that was the thing, actually, I'm sure you probably did know, because obviously Short Circuit stars Ali Sheedy. Mm-hmm. I found out the other day, apparently she did a production of Hedwig.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was Hedwig. I was like, oh, well, I mean, I would have loved to have seen that.
I believe she may be, she's the second or third Hedwig.
Oh, wow.
So very, very early on, I should know off the top of my head, she was... I can't find it exactly. I've got it in my notes somewhere from when I've done that episode. I was talking about it. But yeah, she's either the second or the third Hedwig.
She's of course she's got all the dirt in James Franco too. People keeping the secrets and stuff like that. She was one of the ones when Franco was going down. Ali Sheedy was one coming out going, "You know what you did, you goddamn piece of crap." Apparently he did stuff to her as well. So.
Fucking hell.
I
used to like him. I seem to pick the worst people to like in film.
To be fair, anyone now in film, it's just like, I don't get attached to anybody. Just because, you know they're going down. People love Ryan Gosling at the minute.
Oh.
But, let's see where this goes,
No, don't. But after they bullshit here about throwing a party, they're not throwing a party. They're liars.
We're going around, it's like the hat comes out again. It's just like, so what money we got? It's like, we spent all the money on Jim's goddamn suit. So, like,
maybe that's why, if you remember, we worked out the average cost of a suit, but they had more money. Maybe that's why they got more, to do the party aspect.
Oh, there we go. Maybe that's why they brought in Jane as well. It's just like, oh, Jane, how much money do you have currently? It's like, oh, about like $85. Oh, we have $85, everybody.
And they get they need some booze, they need some drugs. It's going to be a wild night. Of course, not stupid cocaine. I mean, Mark's like, please, we're speed people.
It's like, how do you think Dragon Sounds keep those? How do you think the band keeps the show going so well? It's because everybody is on speed all the time.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the night, Mark doesn't think he can play guitar. But you better believe, by the end of the night, you will be convinced that he thinks he can play guitar.
And that's all that matters is your perception.
Yes.
He's got you then. He's got you in the palm of his hand or between his toes, maybe.
At the end of the night, he's going to convince you that grabbing your nose with his toes is the funniest thing in the universe.
And he's not wrong.
Instead of it being vaguely kind of disgusting.
As they get into the car and whatnot, the three of them, they're off to meet the dad. I appreciate Tom's power stance. He's looking very powerful, very strong. I might start doing that. That might be my default pose. He's got a nice base. He's showing off the guns. He's arching the back a little bit. He's like, yeah.
Have I mentioned on the show that I believe
that you can fly?
I believe I can fly. Hey, speaking of people who have dirt, come on, about to move. No, I believe I tried to adopt a new stance when I was a kid, based on Ace Ventura from the cartoon.
Oh, I can picture it already.
And people don't remember the Ace Ventura cartoon, but if you ever look up any picture of him, he was always standing with like his 2 feet like facing inward, like his toes were like pointing at each other. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. That's going to be my pose. And now I have like kind of like leg problems. And they're also like, yeah, you need to go see like a chiropractor because like, you're fine at the minute. But like if you're complaining about pains going down your legs, the doctors have confirmed, yeah, there's something up with your leg. Like
it's almost as if you've been standing with your feet facing each other.
Yeah, it's as if you like at an early age you were like kind of warping it out of shape for prolonged periods of time.
Why would I be doing that? What a crazy notion.
And then you might want to get that fixed because otherwise it could lead to disabilities and stuff down the line. And I was like, I'm fine. I'm sure that's nothing. So I will say, if anyone's choosing to do a new core stance, choose wisely. Maybe go for something a little more like responsible, like Tom's here.
Yeah, this power stance is totally safe, I think. Look at it. The feet are nice and wide. His back is straight, so it's good for his posture and everything. And he looks hard. You're not going to mess with him. Although my guns might not be quite as good as his, but I might still do the stance.
You got time, John. You got time. You can shape yourself into a Tom.
At this age, I don't know. I'm just trying to get fit again, so I don't have a heart attack. That's my current goal.
It's I did wonder if his little salute was kind of like an ironic statement.
Oh my god, because of the army thing.
Yeah, he's just like, well, it's almost like taking the piss a little bit. He's like, well, going to meet the army, Dad? Hey, that's what they do, right? Or it could be maybe he's a salute guy. There's salute guys out there.
I'm a salute person. I do salutes, or I do thumbs up, or I do the finger guns.
Yeah. That's the thing. So it could be that maybe if we've been paying closer attention throughout the film, we might have noticed multiple salutes from Tom. But at the same time, it could be like he's just... It feels like a little personal moment between him and Jim. Like, Jack and Jane are kind of doing, just generics, hey, blah, 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 waving, and then Tom's the only one to think, like, it's a little personalized one. Like, yep, going to meet your military dad. There's a little salute and stuff.
Yeah, military for the military man.
Yeah. And that's though he's like, because, Tom, obviously, with his wild hippie mustache and his unkempt, Oates-esque, hippie hair. Maybe he's been giving Jim crap about his military dad. It's like, oh, your dad was going to be a square. What the hell? You can't bring him over here, man. We're going to have the man staying on our sofa. Get out of here.
Absolutely. Yeah, he would not be down for it at all. Whereas, like, Jim, there's a haircut you can set your watch to.
To be honest with you, I don't think you can.
It's neat. It's a bit. I can't remember what you call that treatment that you do, because it's not like an afro. They're like he's got something in it.
Yeah.
There's a name for it. I can't remember, but it's neat. It's
a little like in the back. It's a little shaggy there.
It's poor, Niall. Come on.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you can't set your watch to it because they don't know when they're going to have money to cut their hair. So it's going to be like whenever the dad and lad, offers are on.
Oh, God. This is the second time in this show we've talked about dad and lad haircuts. I think.
Well, that's what these guys, the reality the Dragon Sound would have to live with. It's just like, okay, guys, it's dad and lad week. All right, let's get down there. Jim, you are Jack's son. Okay.
It's believable. It'll work. He'll pass.
Yeah, Jack, just don't say anything. It's basically what you've been doing the whole movie. You'll get away with it, okay?
Aww.
And then, but the fair John can kind of pass as anybody's dad, really, because he's that tall. But then you have to pair someone up with Mark, and then Mark obviously been visibly older, unless he goes in a variety of disguises, and every haircut's just like, yes, only take like 3 centimeters off my hair at a time, and he comes back in and he's just like, yes, also take 3 centimeters off my hair. I am a completely different man.
Genius.
And this is my other fully grown adult son.
At least it's not an older, balder, fatter son.
I wish there was a hole I could just crawl into and die. All right, throw in the hole.
This has been a Simpsons heavy. This is like a Batman episode.
Because I've started, the new job recently, and I'm making edgeways now into like, these people are going to have to realize that I'm going to send Simpsons gifts to everything. So there's a little group chat on the teams. I'm just like, okay, I'll put my first one in, because after a while it's going to become obvious. It's like, these are just like generic Simpsons gifts. These are like very deep cut references to very specific jokes and stuff. I'm like, yep, that's the way that's going to go.
I would like it, but most people would be like, what?
Yeah, well, if they were, but the thing is, though, a lot of them are like a little bit younger, so it's like I do worry that maybe they wouldn't have been as saturated with those particular seasons because they were the only horse in town at the time, But
oh God, yeah.
I was thankful to find out I'm not the oldest person in the office, but I'm up there. Like, they're saying like, oh no, the guy here is like 38 and stuff as well. I'm like, oh, at least I'm not the oldest.
That's shocking to me because I'm not one of the youngest, but I'm square in the middle. Some people are like in the 50s, 60s,
No, they would say, like, I had my first meeting with like my face-to-face, group person. Someone that comes in and checks up. And I thought she was around the same age as me. She's like, no, I'm 29. I was like, whoa, okay. And then I was saying to her, like, yeah, I'm not like the oldest person here. And she's like, oh, no, but it is a young office. They tend to hire young. Like, that's just the policy of the company.
That's why they want you there, though, to bring experience.
That just makes me feel weird, though, to be like, yeah, so I think everyone who's telling me what to do are all, I should be like, you whippersnappers don't know what you're talking about. But
you're the old man.
Yeah, but it's just like, and then say, I was like, I'm only 36, it's nothing, come on. But it's just like everyone else there is just like, yeah, I've been here for years. I'm 24. You're like, what the hell? Come on, man.
The old man of the office, been around forever, since day one.
But yeah.
But I am noted out here.
Yeah, slight minute. I'm not. I am also noted out for this.
Well, I mean, I say I am, but that's the main note. I have my other commentary track thing.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it, baby.
I found this quite amusing because the interviewer guy, so he points out how Jane is very understanding here, very understanding, and the guys are clearly not entertaining this as a criticism. They aren't giving him anything, so he spins it. He's very clever. He spins it and just goes like. It just goes to show her resilience. Nice save, dude. Because then they're like, yeah, it does, yeah. Woo, got out of that one.
Well, they took that to heart so much, though. Just be like, no, everything about Jane as a character is magnificently realized. And of course, the amount of grieving time you would have for your lifelong brother would be all of 2 days. You know?
I think that's what they were feeling. They just don't respond. And you can tell he's like, oh boy, that didn't land.
Yeah, because how long has she been with John? Just be like, yeah, okay, guess you're my family now. It's just like
3 weeks.
No, it's like, if we have to put a button on this minute at all, it will be that like, yes, this is an insane turnaround from Jane. It should have been her storming away saying I can't be with you anymore. It should have been a setup for a sequel where she turns evil or something. But
well, even if she does come around and get back, you could understand there being a bit of tension of like, oh, I just don't know anymore. You have to leave me alone for a while, kind of a thing.
Yeah, you do the old-fashioned fake out of her, like, oh no, I have to leave. I don't know if I can be around you people anymore. Yeah. And then during the final fight, just when you think someone's down, all of a sudden a gunshot rings out, or a ninja star hits someone, and then it turns around like Jane's just there, like, you didn't think I'd miss this party.
Yeah.
And then she's come around the dragon.
And it turns out she is actually a Taekwondo expert, and she kicks ass.
Oh, totally. And it's just like, oh, I didn't realize my brother was with the Miami Ninja. Oh my God.
This changes everything.
Maybe that would be like part of their sway to her as well. It's like, Jane, did you not sing lyrics from your own mouth about stopping the senseless killing and ending the evil war? What the hell do you think we were doing out there? We were stopping the senseless killing by killing the guy who's been doing all of it, goddammit.
Well, like I said a couple of weeks ago, you've got to make the world that you want.
Yeah. It's like,
it sounds bleak and it sounds
my book on tape keeps saying to me, be the change you wish to see in the world.
Yeah.
And so I went and killed the guy because otherwise things would just keep going the way they're going.
And this was the era of inspirational tapes.
Oh, totally.
People loved it in the late 80s. Loved it.
Jane would be like, that was my tape, asshole. I was like, oh, come on, you weren't keeping your steps anymore. I thought they wouldn't have called it back then. What they called it back in the day when, like, just aerobics or whatever, people out.
Yeah. Aerobics was like the generic term back then, wasn't it?
Yeah, street aerobics or whatever. People going out and walking, doing the kind of high knee walk.
Oh, yeah. And I remember as a kid being fascinated by American TV, seeing people power walking.
Yeah.
It was always like middle-aged women power walking.
That little strut. This is like a proper, very arm-centric strut.
Oh, and they'd have tiny little weights in their hands as well. Like,
yeah. And always the leg warmers. Forever with the giant luminous tracksuits with leg warmers or something.
Yeah. Love it.
So yeah, that was Jane out doing that. And she's like, yeah, and I lost my tape and I stopped. I've been getting out of shape now because I haven't been out doing my street aerobics anymore. And then just like Jack or Jim or someone's just like, uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Just Jane gets the tape back, and it's like it's half her self-help tape, half Van Halen 2 or something. Taped off the radio.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. just do the other side again.
But yeah, that was I'm all noted out for minute 72.
Yay! Well, we'll break the connection and come and speak to us on all the socials. All of them. We're on pretty much everything you can think of, and if we're not, let us know, and I'll create it. Facebook's the main one, though. Miami Minutes Taekwondo Orphanage. But, yeah, do all of that. Message us everywhere. Check us out, our network, Sleepy Charlie Media, on Patreon for bonus content, and join us in 1 week for minute 73 of Miami Minutes. It's okay. We're happy for Jim.
Listen to me.